Imagine a man named Heinz. His wife is very sick, on the verge of dying. There's a drug that can save her, but he can't afford the ridiculously high price. Should he steal it to save her life? This famous question is known as the Heinz dilemma, and today, we are going to break down what it reveals about how we develop our sense of right and wrong. So, who came up with this? An American psychologist named Kohlberg. He was fascinated by how people make moral decisions. He didn't just care about what choice people made, he was far more interested in why they made it. He presented dilemmas like Heinz's to people of all ages and carefully studied their justifications. He realized that the reasoning behind our choices evolves as we grow, moving through distinct stages of moral development. Let's dive deeper into the Heinz dilemma itself. A woman is dying from a rare cancer. A local pharmacist has discovered a drug that could cure her. He spent a lot of money to develop it, so he's charging 10 times what it costs him to make. Heinz, the sick woman's husband, tries everything to gather the money but can only get about half of what's needed. He pleads with the pharmacist to sell it cheaper or let him pay later, but the pharmacist refuses. Desperate, Heinz considers breaking into the pharmacy to steal the drug for his wife. Should he do it? Why or why not? Kohlberg found that people's answers reveal their stage of moral reasoning. Let's look at the 3 main levels. First is the pre-conventional stage, which is typical for young children. At this level, morality is all about self-interest. Decisions are based on avoiding punishment or gaining a reward. A child at this stage might say, Heinz shouldn't steal because he'll go to jail, focusing purely on the negative consequence for Heinz. Or they might say, he should steal it because he needs his wife to make him dinner, which is still a very self-centered reason. Next is the conventional stage, common among adolescents and most adults. Here, morality is tied to social norms, rules, and relationships. It is about being a good person in the eyes of others and maintaining social order. Someone at this stage might argue, Heinz shouldn't steal because stealing is against the law, and good people follow the law. Alternatively, they could say, he should steal it because a good husband is supposed to protect his wife. It's his duty. See how both answers focus on societal expectations? Finally, we have the post-conventional stage. Kohlberg believed only a fraction of adults reach this level. Here, morality is defined by abstract principles and universal ethical values. A person at this stage might reason, Heinz should steal the drug because the principle of saving a human life is more important than the principle of property rights. Or they might consider the pharmacist's actions as an injustice, believing that everyone has a right to life, regardless of their ability to pay. It's a much more complex, principle-based way of thinking. What is really fascinating is that 2 people can agree that Heinz should steal the drug, but give completely different reasons, one based on personal need, another on social duty, and a third on universal justice. The why is what truly shows their moral stage. So, why does this matter for parents, teachers, and caregivers? Understanding these stages helps us guide children's moral growth. Even with young kids, you can start building these foundations. Talk about simple dilemmas they face every day, like sharing a toy or deciding whether to tell the truth. Instead of just giving them rules, ask them why questions. Why do you think it's important to share? Or how would your friend feel if you took their crayon without asking? Using stories, games, and role-playing can also be incredibly effective. When you model thoughtful reasoning yourself, you're teaching them to think beyond just, I don't want to get in trouble. You're helping them build empathy and an internal sense of fairness, which are the cornerstones of higher-level moral reasoning. The Heinz dilemma is so much more than a classroom exercise. It's a powerful tool that opens a window into the human mind. It shows us that morality isn't just a set of rules we learn, but a complex capacity that grows and develops with us throughout our lives. I hope this breakdown was helpful and gave you some food for thought. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about psychology and child development, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.